The sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish the same things that are true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
I encourage the Western Australian community to continue to support independent local news sources like
Freedom Media WA
for their hard work in community journalism.
Where journalism should never be a government narrative.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good afternoon and welcome to another live WATRM, where I'm going to take a WATRM look at comments that Premier Mark McGowan said last Thursday on 6PR Radio Perth. Premier Mark McGowan has since come under a lot of fire for those comments by what's been called by mainstream media to have been a fierce attack by McGowan on parents of children for allowing them to roam the streets in regional WA towns. And to be fair on this matter, I do subscribe with the way that mainstream media 6PR, who are a part of the Channel 9 media group, are spinning this, as it was a fierce attack by Premier McGowan, as McGowan has insisted that his government has done as much as he's prepared to do to curb youth crime in regional areas. I'm going to play you the clip. Let's have a listen.
I want this debate to come from you. I want your views on this. 133882. Yesterday, the Premier was asked about issues in our northern regions, particularly on social justice issues, juvenile crime issues, dysfunction issues, alcohol abuse issues. The trigger was a question in relation to Laverton, which, if you hadn't heard, they're going through some issues again, and they would like the cashless welfare card brought in. So the Premier was asked about the situation, mainly around kids that are out of control, not behaving, breaking the law, causing problems for the police up there, breaking into houses in parts of Western Australia like Carnarvon, Kununurra, Broome, and so on. This is how the Premier responded.
I say it regularly. The state has a role. We do our bit. Programs to help families, particularly with their children, additional police officers, funding for PCYCs, additional funding for children in care, making sure children in foster care are more appropriate.
Wait, hang on, Premier. You're forgetting that children in foster care are your responsibility and that of your government. And that responsibility especially goes for children who've been removed from their families due to abuse, neglect, or any other safety concerns. It absolutely falls on you and your government departments, especially those that focus on child welfare. It's flippant of you to pass off your responsibility as doing your bit.
Really supported to an older age. We do.
To an older age? Well, here in Western Australia, under family and criminal law, a child is a juvenile male or female who's under the age of 18. So what he really means when he says to an older age is as soon as he thinks he can get away with it, he will budget out fiscal support of wards of the state before the chronological age of 18. You only need to look at the mature minor policy framework and more recently legislation that McGowan has and is seeking to introduce more laws that very clearly take away parents' right to parent. In this case, Premier McGowan doesn't want wards of the states on his books. His gold standard of government transparency and accountability, as he spruiks, is fast becoming the leaden standard of opacity.
All those things. But it's a partnership. It's a partnership with families. Parents need to parent. The state is not a parent. Parents need to parent. And we can't make excuses as to why people don't parent. The more you make excuses, the more people won't do it.
The more you make excuses, the more people won't do it? Well, myself and too many other West Australians can think of many reasons why parents haven't been able to parent their children as they see fit. And this issue is not limited to Indigenous Aboriginal parents, and it started with this.
Life will become very difficult for the unvaccinated from January 31. No pubs, no bottle shops. No gym, no yoga classes. No gigs, no dance floors. No hospital or aged care visits. If you choose to remain unvaccinated, and at this point, it certainly is your choice, you're choosing to put yourself at risk, you're choosing to put the people around you at risk, and you're choosing to increase the burden on our health staff. We have seen what works in other jurisdictions. These will be the broadest proof of vaccination requirements in the nation, and they will not be removed anytime soon.
So if you choose to remain unvaccinated, and at this stage it's your choice, or regardless of your position as a parent and what you had on vaccination, it was far from parents' choice, and you, Premier McGowan, took all West Australian parents' ability to parent in a manner that they know best for their child or children away from them. It's an absolute cop-out to even suggest in the slightest otherwise. It's unconscionable to suggest that busing children into jab centres, in some instances without parents' consent, and in some cases consent gained that was not informed or voluntary, because that consent was unduly influenced by your state government health and education departments. As those departments we've seen rolled out in unison campaigns of threatening teachers with employment sanctions, as well as their jobs if teachers did not promote your narrative. And to show you what that looked like, watch this.
Are you a teacher for the students? You are a teacher? Yep. Okay. Would you like to just explain in terms of this school excursion?
Thank you.
So would you understand duty of care for the students? Do you feel confident that these students understand the consent and what they've actually signed for?
Yes.
Yep. And what information as a teacher have you actually given to these students?
No comment.
No comment? Is that the information you've given to the students? No comment?
No comment.
The children are aware that they can give consent, but they can also withdraw the consent. Do you think that's...
No comment.
No comment? Okay. So that's so here we have a teacher with duty of care. In terms of talking about duty of care for the students, I should say, it's a whole lot of no comment.
That clip was from late 2021. And do you really think that that teacher dispensed with his duty of care obligations? I don't think so. So it clearly shows that that was the start of the breakdown of the so-called state and parent partnership Premier McGowan referred to in the 6PR interview. This has been a clear-cut example of the state transitioning into the state daddy by governing parents and children in an unprecedented manner, which was draconian and still remains authoritarian. And it's not like parents taking away a teenager's home internet access for walking the streets late at night. Premier McGowan took away parents and all children's rights by creating a two-tier Western Australian with medical apartheid in a manner that resulted in Mark McGowan sending a clear message to parents that parents are precluded from parenting.
So parents and families need to do what they're required to do.
Well, I guess the parents have been trying to do what they want, they're required to do, Premier, but you took that away from them.
To raise their children. It's not just the state.
It has been the state. It's only been the state.
And it annoys me. I constantly get the finger pointed at our public servants or our community development officers or our police officers.
Why are you annoyed, Premier, when fingers are pointed at you when I'm about to show you the type of influence of your police and health department's partnership in, as you put it, helping parents to parent? Let's watch.
What we have noted is that the take-up has been slower, including Aboriginal people. So this effort is going to be targeted specifically, rather than expect people to come to places such as this health campus. So that means we'll be going door to door.
And it certainly did go door to door. And I had many examples of clips like you've just seen where health department nurses were going door to door with police escorts. And for those that don't know, that was ex-police commissioner and / the vaccine commander, and now personally recommended and appointed by Premier Mark McGowan, the WA Governor, Chris Dawson. So moving on.
Who are doing their bit? Or our teachers? They're doing their bit. They're out there, they're trying to help families, and particularly those with children who might be having issues. But parents need to help as well. Families need to help. They need to step up. They need to step up as well. And the idea that it's only ever the state's responsibility self-perpetuates the problem.
Well, I guess the self-perpetuating problem is one that you created, Premier. You gave them the idea that parents can't parent anymore. So I guess it's nothing but crocodile tears from you now.
Because then people will just say, why isn't the state doing more? And we put more resources in, and then they say, why aren't you doing more? And they step back. So all I'm saying to you all is, and I'm going to keep saying it, because people like me sending these messages to families and communities is important.
Well, I guess, Premier, perhaps the reason why you need to keep saying it is the parents that you are targeting with your message now don't understand people like you. You've fronted many mainstream media press conferences and stated that your pandemic response has been world-leaning. So based on that, how about you, please, Premier, accept this suggestion, because you have a heap of resources, including Indigenous Aboriginal language interpretation services. Surely you haven't forgotten this successful campaign of yours. Let's watch.
The corona needle will protect kids, old people, men and women.
Well, the young corona needle, gotta keep them a safe one for all the kids and for all the men and women.
Many people around the world have already had the needle.
Big more people all around the world been already getting but their needle.
It is free and it's safe.
The young, that needle black corona, he free one and he safe one.
So get your needle now and stay strong. Thank you.
So you will gotta get him that needle and stay proper strong one, and thank you.
I guess I'm not trying to make a mock a particular situation there. I really don't know to this day. I still don't know what to make of that. But Premier Mark McGowan saw fit to put that out as a strategy to help parents parent. So I guess all you need to do now, Premier, is rewrite that message and tell parents to start parenting. Tell them to tell their kids to stop walking in the streets late at night, don't touch things that aren't yours, and go to school. And then have it interpreted and then put it out. Surely it's just as easy as that. Job done, I guess, right? Let's keep listening.
Families and parents need to parent.
There you go.
Yep, there you go. So I guess it really is that simple. So, and I'm sure, Premier McGowan, it's well within your scope to put out another video like that and just simply hope that your message now gets through. So I guess what we have here is streams like this. It doesn't end here. We certainly need your help to make sure that this WATRM reaches as many people as possible. So if what you've just seen resonates with you, give us a like and please share with your family and friends, and together we can make a difference by highlighting it's not a one-sided narrative, as you will only see on mainstream media. So for now, so that's the end of this WATRM. So as always, thank you. Many thanks to those that have watched and commented. And we really do enjoy reading the diversity of all your comments because it generates much needed conversation. This has been another WATRM brought to you by me and the team at Freedom Media. So enjoy the rest of your day. Brought to you by